Hey there, Angela Wolf here, behind the scenes, and we are really behind the scenes today. Behind and behind. I'm behind because I've been working in the other room and didn't even realize that it was already 1:30 for our show, so forgive me for being a few minutes behind schedule. And I had to grab some tea. So, welcome to the party. If you've never been here before, say hi, say where you're from. I have a really fun show for you today. So if you missed yesterday's show, I started to cut up a sweater. And then I didn't regret it one bit. I love that fabric, hate the style. So I dug through my stash and I found some fabric that I'm going to share with you. Maybe you can help me figure out if this is going to work or not, or maybe I have to go shopping. I also pulled those jeans out. I don't know if you joined me this weekend at the expo. Oh my gosh, that was crazy fun. And a kind of a long story there. Wynn and I, I'm teaching on Sunday. And we're ready to walk out the door to go to church. And then I was coming here to do my live stream with you. And guess what? The fly on my jeans broke. I didn't know it, so I was walking out the door. So I had to run back in, throw on other jeans. And I'm teaching jeans that day, and I'm not even wearing my own jeans. So I have those jeans over on the table, ready. I think I have them over there. Oh, yeah. There's the sweater. There's the jeans. So we are going to fix the fly today. Why not, right? But I've been here sewing like crazy. So welcome, everyone. Say hi. Great to see you. I'm so glad you're here. So that is the show. And then I'm announcing a sew-along that will start next week. So those of you that happen to be near your computer, I sent out a newsletter like a half an hour ago. Hey, Jan. Great to see you all. Did you get the newsletter? Because if you didn't, go check your junk folder. That's probably where it's at. And if you didn't get the newsletter at all, what I'll do is I'll post it in the Angela Wolf Patterns group and make sure you sign up. Otherwise, you'll miss the next one. But what I did announce is that I'm going to be doing a Rachel twin set sew along. This is why. I've been cleaning out my studio. I'm kind of getting, ready for, I don't know, spring is coming eventually, right? And I found this little guy. Isn't this cute? So this is the Rachel, but it's a little bit of a pattern hack. I'm wearing the Rachel, a little bit of a pattern hack. So I thought it would be fun to do this together since I know many of you already have this pattern. And if you're new to the Angela Wolf Patterns group, this is one of the easiest patterns. And I had actually, Vicki, this is your fault because you emailed and said you were looking for some tips on sewing the jacket. And I thought, hey, let's just all sew this together. So starting next week, we're going to do a little bit of a pattern hack. And this is all free on right here, live. We're doing something really cool in the Fashion Sewing Club, but this will be something for Wednesdays. So next week, we'll go through the pattern. I'm going to give you some ideas on cutting your fabric a little bit different than the pattern says. Maybe there's less seams. Maybe you want to play with the lines a little bit, the stripes, I should say, or maybe you have a crazy pattern. So mark your calendar for next week. I do have in that newsletter, I also included, I have some new knits. They're arriving. They might arrive during our live show. I don't know. A beautiful coral, a beautiful yellow, and a beautiful dark green. In fact, I have the dark green. You want to see it? This was left over from the last bolt that I'm saving for myself. This is such a great color. Look at this. One of the biggest colors of this season. So I have a whole nother bolt coming, and they're already on the website. I gave you a coupon code. This would make a great Rachel. And guess what? All of this fabric is rayon. So you know what that means? You can dye it or take the dye out of it. I haven't tested it on the green yet. I want to put a little bit of that dye remover in it just to see if it brings out yellows or oranges. I'm not sure. Maybe it'll be white underneath. I'll have to play with that just a little bit. So that will start next week. So grab your Rachel pattern, your fabric, and be ready for that. So just making sure. Hey, Glenda, you can't get into Facebook. We are in Facebook, and there's quite a few people in here, but you can watch on YouTube too, though. Everyone, Glenda's still here. She didn't miss the party. And it's so great to see you all. I saw, by the way, this weekend, how many of you, just curious, joined the whole virtual expo. Yeah, that was pretty cool. There was a lot of binge watching going on. There were some pretty funny moments. When you're live, you never know what might happen. Oh, good, Dorothy, you got the newsletter. Oh, thanks, Nelda. All right, I see you all rolling in. So anyways, the virtual event was pretty cool. I don't think these are going to be going away anytime soon because number one, there were so many that were able to attend. I mean, my classes, the free stages and stuff. I mean, there's 400 students in these things, which is pretty fun on a Zoom. At least everyone knew how to use the mute button. And I did make a little faux pas. So if you're in this class and you happen to watch the replay and you hear this, please know there was a young girl in there. They always have somebody that lets you in, the instructor. And it had been like 3 days of teaching. And I said, so have you been doing this the whole time, letting people into the Zoom? And there's 400 or 500 people in these Zoom classes, right? She goes, oh, yeah. And I said, are you a little bit tired? It's Sunday. She said, oh, just a little bit. And I said, well, you must have the patience of Job because you're dealing with 500 students in a classroom, of which the age is well over my mother. Now, I didn't mean that in a negative way. I just meant I just finished helping my mother get on Zoom. Hi, Mom. For like 2 hours. So I felt for her if she had to help everyone figure out how to get into Zoom. And then I look up and the whole thing's recording. And I was like, can you stop recording and start re-recording again? And she said no. And I'm like, oh gosh, Mom, I confess. So all of you that might hear that, I hope you didn't take it offensively. It's definitely hilarious though. So Zoom can be a little bit of a nemesis, but the best part is when you have 500 people, you just find the mute all. But I have to say, my group of Fashion Sewing Club members, they know exactly how to do it. They know how to raise their hand, unmute themselves, hang out, and we always have a good time. So thanks for being such good teammates on that. But it was funny. All right, so let's go to the table and let's talk about the sweater. I'll show you the fabric I found. You guys vote, and then let's go ahead and fix this fly, right? Cindy, how do you get the newsletter? Well, if you didn't get it, you can email me. You have to sign up for the newsletter. If you want to sign up for my newsletter, just go to angelawolf.com. That's where you go. Let's see, we'll go here. And on the far right side of the page, it says sign up for the newsletter. And if you shoot me an email, I can forward you the email that went out earlier today. Okay? How's that? All right, so let's go to the table. I think it's this one. I got my glasses on. And I'm laughing with you all too about that because I just think it's hilarious. Okay, so I am kind of torn about this sweater. I'm going to move my jeans off the table here. So you can watch yesterday's episode if you want. This was on Brother Sew's page. I cut off the sleeves. So here are the sleeves. And then I cut the sleeves up just to see how much fabric is there. I want to keep these cuffs though. I really like these. And I'll probably make them, I might make them a little bit thicker, but for now, I don't want to cut down that far just in case I just leave it like it is. So there's the sleeve. So I'm trying to find something that will go along here. So this is what I found. So just pretend that this is my little cuff. I'll just leave this right, like, how about we leave it in a little bit of a ball? So then you can just see that it's supposed to be just a little bit at the bottom. You can see that okay, right? So I need a sleeve. This is what I found. Now, if you look really close, see the silver specks? I found this gray. It's a gray knit. It's kind of a ribbed knit, kind of a looser feel. I actually made a top out of this quite a while ago. So let me just see what this looks like. If this is the top, if this would be the sleeve. This is kind of how I do things when I visualize it. I wasn't sure if the ribbed part is going to take away from the sweater. See what I mean? That's one option. I'm kind of, I don't know. This is fancy. This is not. This would definitely be a mixed medium. That's one idea. It makes this very casual. And then if this is the cuff, so let me let's just say that this is a nice big sleeve. That's the cuff. It would make it very sporty. And then maybe I could add some of this dark gray around the neckline, or maybe open this up a little bit. I love your guys' ideas about some rhinestones and some beads, but this definitely brings a casual look to the sweater. So what do you think about that one? I've got 3 to choose from, and I'm kind of mixed on all of them. So I'll wait to see what you say. Too dark? Oh, hey, Diane. It's 4 in the morning. Oh my goodness. I wish I had a show to watch at 4 in the morning, because I'm always up at 4 in the morning. You guys think I should go lighter? You're all thinking lighter. That's a no for me, Arnell says. Mary Ann says, interesting. Oh, this isn't sounding good. Okay, well, let's see. What else do we got? Oh, hey, Glenda. I don't think you're the only one, by the way. There were some people who registered and still couldn't get in. Bye, Lynn. Great to see you. Okay. Well, it looks like you guys are saying go lighter. Too dark. I would go lighter too. I got you, Caroline. Gay says definitely a no. Esther says I like the combination. All right, so let me show you the other 2. I like Melody's about sheer sleeves, but I could not find a color to match. Stacey, nah. I agree. I wish I could find a sparkly silver. All right, so let's go back and I'll show you the other 2. I don't know if you're gonna like these either. All right, so let's take this one out of the mix. Everyone says no-go. All right, so this one's probably going to be a no-go too. And this one wasn't exactly my favorite in the first place. So this has light gray and a dark gray, but there's almost a stripe in it. So this would definitely be a weird mix with that, but it's a little bit lighter. So let's take a look at what it would look like. We had this as the sleeve. It's awful big sleeve, huh? It's a little bit lighter though. It's definitely different. This is a sweater and that's a striped ribbed knit. So again, it's a little bit lighter than the last one I just showed you, but I have a feeling I know what you're going to say. Let me check. Go back to the embroidery. Go back to the embroidery table, right? I kind of agree with you, Deb. Colleen says ugly. No go for me. Okay, well, I'm with you guys, by the way. What about using the whole sleeve but use cut work? Oh, that's a good idea. Sweater's definitely dressier, but I want it to turn into casual. But I did find one other fabric. And I see you guys saying that Facebook's being fussy, and I can definitely see that because I can't see all of your faces. So if you guys if you have any problems watching on Facebook, hop over to YouTube. Robin, that's why God made a cover stitch machine. That was so true. All right, you guys are all saying nope. Okay, let's go back. Oh, I like the pink or coral or blue. That might be good. All right, let me show you the third one I found. And after that, I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board. But I wasn't fabulous about any of these. I just wanted to see what you guys thought. Okay. So Fashion Sewing Club, do you recall a few weeks ago when we did a fabric stash sale and I had just a little bit of this fabric? I kept a piece for myself. I actually still have a couple pieces. So if you didn't get this fabric, be sure to let me know because I think two bags that were not delivered. Okay, so this is lace. It has the sparkles that's in here, believe it or not. So it has make sure I got the right side. I got the wrong side. Let's go to the right side. So it has the sparkles. I did not make this lace. Let me lift up my sleeve. And I thought that with the airiness of this, I mean, I just threw this on the table And I was like, you know, I'm not sure. It could actually make a pretty good combination because I've got silver and then there's silver in here and there's enough open skin on here, or open weave, I should say, that it's not too bad. So let me just lay this down. If this were a sleeve, now if this was going to be a sleeve, I would probably use this as the hem then of the sleeve. Makes sense? All right, what do you think now? There's silver, there's still some dark, but there's dark in here as well. Like so. Makes sense? This could also be maybe little pieces, maybe also include just a little bit of lace, like along the collar, like that, to tie it in with the sleeve. This lace is beautiful. So that's fancy, 2 fancies. And, you know, I didn't think I'd like that. And then I threw it on there and I was like, So let me think what you say. Nope. Karina says nope. Bonnie loves it. Progress, Ibby, progress. Okay, that's all I can ask for. All right, so I think we should go back to the drawing board. Now, I did have... I was looking for maybe a really like a lighter cream colored knit that would kind of tie in. So then I could do a knit for the sleeve, kind of like the Bella, and match the creams up. I think that probably is going to be my best option. If I want to take the sweater and make it more casual, putting that lace with it is definitely not going to cut it. And the grays you say are too dark. So what other colors would work with that? Bright silver, but that, I don't know. April, you got it. It does not make it more casual. And then that, you know what that means? I'll never wear it. Although I would probably wear that with a pair of jeans. Stacy, you can do better. Sleeves and a scarf. All right, I think we're all in agreement. Needs to be around the neckline. You guys all like cream. Yep, cream or taupe. All right, so, okay, go back over. Let me go back over here. You like the pink and coral, etc. theme. All right, let me go check. I think I have a piece, one more piece to show you. If it doesn't have too much texture to it. I can't, nope, it's too thick of a piece of fabric. So I'll have to have Lynn help me lift it. So for now, we are back to the drawing board on here. Let me get this fabric out of the way. It is very pretty, just wrong project. Which, you know, if you do something like that, what happens is you're not going to wear it, right? Okay. Now, for this, I'm going to just keep it like this. I'm not even going to bother taking in the sides yet, because remember yesterday, see how low this armhole is? That's going to be way too low for me. And to raise that up, in order to get that armhole higher, I have to take in the side seam. So for now, I'm going to keep this to the side. Might have to do a little shopping to find just the perfect match. If I could just find the perfect match of a cream like this, I think that would be great. So she's moving on. Speaking of moving on, here are the jeans. So because I was teaching jeans all weekend, all of my jeans were here, except for one pair. This, one of my favorite pairs. It's a stretch denim. It's a skinny style leg, and boom, fly's broken. Here's the pair I just finished, and I've been wearing, but I have to throw it in the wash because I've already worn them. But this pair is a new pair that I have, and this denim should be here any moment, along with the knits. They're all coming in the same package. So if they don't get here by this afternoon, they should definitely be here by tomorrow. But yeah, pretty cute, right? So what about the fly? Let me just show you what this ended up looking like here. All right, so this little guy right here broke off. Just one of those. And you're, now you know what that means. I got to rip out the whole zipper. But there was a part of this jean bothered me. There was just too much fabric right through here. You can kind of see where there's just too much fabric in the fly area. So I thought while I fix that fly, I could go ahead and fix that whole section. So what I need to do is rip out the top stitching, take this in just a little bit. Not down here, but right up through to the fly. That will get rid of some of that fabric. Someone asked me though, how are you going to change that fly? So let me grab my seam ripper and I'll just walk you through it. Okay. You really don't have to rip all of this top stitching out if you don't want to. And I know some of you that are in my class, how to alter clothes on Craftsy, you know how this works. I'm just going to slide the seam ripper, see where it is right here. Because I don't want to have to redo the whole waistband and stuff, right? By the way, thanks all of you that joined my classes this weekend. There were so many great classes that I was really grateful for all of you that took the time to join mine. Speaking of classes, while I'm doing this, my serging class, Serging 102, which is creative stitching, which will show you how to do the lettuce edge, by the way, that we're using on the Rachel, is this Friday at noon. You can watch the replay too. You don't have to be there live. And if you want to win a chance to win that class, go to my blog. Go to angelawolf.com, click on blog, and you'll see the blog there. You have to leave a comment there, or you can leave it on my post from yesterday on Facebook. And I'll draw a winner Friday morning. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm ripping out the fly, but I'm not opening the waistband. Okay. I'm just going to take this zipper out. I'm like leaning over my cutting table. This is a very awkward position. Definitely yoga style ripping out zipper. Now, fortunately, I still have this thread since I made these jeans. But if you were doing this on a pair of jeans that you own, you probably wouldn't, which could be a problem. All right, so here is my zipper. It's almost all the way out. Just going to pop a few of these stitches right here. Well, all I have to say is if I'm going to break my zipper, at least it wasn't like at the show in Puyallup Live, because that would have been a little embarrassing. All right, she's almost gone. I'm just going to cut the zipper. I'm not cutting my fabric, just the zipper. Now, because I use the triple stitch on here, it's a little tricky getting this out. If you're doing this on just a pair of ready-wear jeans, you would have already had this all ripped out because they don't stitch it this secure. All right, this part's out. And because I just undid this from the inside, it doesn't affect any of this stitching right here. Makes sense? Because when you make jeans, you actually sew your zipper to the inside fly area and then you do your top stitching. So it shouldn't affect that at all. except for maybe the little section at the bottom, which is right here, that holds your bottom fly in place. That's probably the only section that might be affected. All right, now let's see the other side. I would highly recommend, if you're going to replace a zipper, to use a new seam ripper. Just helps you to slide in and out of these seams really easily without puncturing your fabric. All right. Okay, now what do we have? We're all the way down into the bottom of the fly. I think I might be able just to cut that out without having to mess up any of that. I sure can. Boom. So I could turn this now into a front fly if I want to with a button fly. Now that would be a safety, definitely a safety avenue. But I'm going to spend time, not with you guys, but I'm going to rip out all this triple stitch and re-sew the angle of my crotch curve, because it looks like there's a curve, but there's too much fabric on the sides. And to get rid of that, I just need to, again, get rid of that fabric, or get rid of that stitching, and then just take this in just a little bit. The front fly was perfect. It's like literally just right here. So that's what I'm going to work on. So now if you have a zipper, after you've taken this out and you're just replacing the zipper, you can slide. Let's pretend this is a new zipper. Actually, I have one. Hold on one sec. I'll grab it. Okay. It doesn't matter what size zipper you have. It could be a really long one. It could be a really short one. It doesn't matter at all. Just make sure that you start your zipper at the bottom here when you slide it in place. Now this is probably what, like a 3-inch zipper? And the reason being is because I have a wider waistband. These are a little bit lower rise. So 3, that's like 5 inches. The only reason you need the zipper is just to get your pants on. You don't need a zipper that goes all the way down. So just keep that in mind too. So this zipper, this one's a black or a blue, it doesn't matter. I'm going to use black. So when I go to slide this in place, I'm going to fold this under, just fold this back, slide that right into place, right where you just took everything out of. Put a pin there. And I'll do the same thing here. Now I will mark where the top of my waistband is going to go, and I will pull off all of these teeth. Well, I'll just pull a few off and then cut that off. If you're really lazy, you could just slide this. There's like a little hole in there. You could slide that in, but that's not what I'm going to do. So I'll mark this to right here. Where'd all my little pins go? Right here. And then I'm going to go and pull these out. I just use the pliers to pull those out. And I will stitch that into place. All you have to do is top stitch right on that line again, okay? And then the last thing I do is I will close the zipper then. After that side is sewn in, you would close this side, double check that this all matches up, that it's not slid over too far. You have to make sure that this lays nice and flat. And when you do that, if you go to the inside of your jeans, I hold my hand on that zipper tape, flip this over, and you'll have your zipper teeth right here. And I'm just going to throw a pin in there just so you can actually see what this would look like. From the inside, you would reach in, feel that zipper teeth, the zipper tape, pin it, and now when I go to open this up, let's see, hold on, the pin didn't stay. Let me pin that one more time. Pinned it to the wrong side. So now when you open this up, remember this side would be sewn in and you would pin this side in place. And all I usually do is I will go through and hand stitch this right to the inside edge of your flap. So you don't have to change any of that top stitching. Again, I would mark where the top of this is and I could either fold it back and get rid of it. That's an easy way too. But you'd want to do 2 rows of hand stitching to make sure it's nice and tight. And then when you're doing the hand stitching, just make sure it doesn't go through to the right side. So that is really how easy it is to change a zipper. Well, you have to do some hand stitching, but you won't have to rip out any of the top stitching if you don't want to. Does that make sense? All right, I'll sneak over here and just check your questions. Melody, that's the tiniest zipper I've ever seen. And remember, it's just the opening. Can we see the fabric used for the pockets? Sure, Amy. Actually, I'm making new pockets on another pair of jeans. I'll show you those too. Okay, so here, you know me. I love fancy pockets. So I used on here, this is silk. So whenever I'm working on my beautiful silk jackets and things like that, I save some of these scraps. That's what I use for pockets. And then, of course, pink serging on the inside. There's my label. So here's some embroidery on the back of these pockets. And I'm doing that exact embroidery over here. Why don't you guys check it out? I'll take you over there with me. I just happen to be doing that right before I came on live here a little bit ago. So if you look down closely, this is how I do this. So this is, I'm still testing the skinny pair of jeans I'm working on. And I chalk in my designs that I'm going to embroider. This is Sticky Back, Tearaway, Stabilizer. And I just stick these on there. And now I can go, actually, I'll just turn on my machine because I was just going to work on this. Have my foot. So you're literally getting behind the scenes today. This is like behind the scenes all over the place, from fancy sweaters to jeans to designing pockets. Okay, so I already make sure I have the bobbin in there. I do. So what I thought I would do is I want to use a decorative stitch. This is just thread that actually matches this. I wanted it to blend in. I didn't want it to, you know, be too loud of pockets, I guess I would say. So let me just thread this real quick. There are a ton of decorative stitches in this machine. I'm using the Luminaire, but even whatever machine you're using, every machine has at least a handful of decorative stitches. So play with those. So I'm going to go in here. I'm just going to pick. Let's see. I think I'm just going to go with a zigzag for now. This is just a wide zigzag, and it actually wants me to use foot letter N, which is more, it's a little bit wider, sturdier. So I'll swap that out. Okay. Can you see that okay? I'm going to start with this one here. Now remember, I have seam allowances added, so I really don't need to stitch off the edge. And this part up here will be folded under. So I'm starting on the fabric. I'm actually, I know you guys think I'm crazy, but I could totally sew a straight line. But I've gotten so addicted to the laser light, and hopefully it won't be too bright on you. But it has this grid, so I can line up the grid, and I'm going to move that over just to make sure that lines up right here. Right there. And so that grid, as I'm stitching, I can make sure that I just focus my eye way over here. All right, let's do a few stitches to make sure it looks nice. There's one piece of thread I just want to get out of there. Just a second. Here we go. I needed my thread cutters on. I could have snipped that right away. All right, so again, stitching all the way to the end. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Now, why would you use the stabilizer? Well, first of all, this fabric is stretchy, is what I'm using. And so if you try to just run a bunch of stitches across it or even embroidery of any sort, your pocket's going to totally stretch out. All right, so there is my stitch line. And I'll need to do the same thing on this side right here. And I always make sure that whatever I do on that pocket, I do the exact same thing over here at the exact same time. Otherwise, you might forget and then your pockets aren't going to match. I mean, that could just be a design element, but this is one thing you could do. So this is basically just a big Angela Wolf logo on the back of my jeans. Yes, I could embroider this, but quite often on the back pockets, I just like doing the decorative stitches. So after I get this line done, you'll see what I'm talking about, where I just keep adding row after row after row. Okay. So there's both my pockets. You can see the stitch line and then the chalk line. I just added a few other chalk marks for later. I really didn't need those because I could all of a sudden line this up over here and line my grid someplace else. But I'm going to turn that grid off. And I'm going to change to a different decorative stitch. Let's see here. Here, you can watch while I'm doing this. Otherwise, it's like watching grass grow, right? Okay, so other decorative stitches that I've used for jeans, any of these are kind of cool. Like that's a fun one. The honeycomb, that looks really cool on jeans. The triple stitch. Let's see what else we have. There's quite a few of these to choose from. Now, you could go under character decorative stitches, and here's where you find a whole bunch of other things. Like this one's a really fun one for jeans. Let's go ahead and use that one. And I'm going to use the same thread. Bring you just a little bit closer. So this time, I'm just going to line up my foot, the edge of my foot right here, with the edge of this stitch. So I'm not even going to use a grid or anything. I'm just going to stitch. And so for those of you that don't have that grid, I use the edge of my foot for nearly everything when I'm lining up rows for these jeans. It gets a little tricky because you can see how it's moving my fabric around. As I always say, if somebody's looking at your pockets and notices your lines are crooked, then they're looking a little bit too close. Of course, all of us that sew probably would be looking for that. All right, I'm gonna go a little faster here. This is kind of a really cool stitch. So I'm just basically guiding the fabric in a straight line. As you can see, that stitch actually moves my fabric around to the right and to the left. It's very tricky if you were doing rows and rows of this to keep it straight, but as long as you're focusing on the fabric and not focusing where the stitch is, you're fine. Now this time I did stitch right down to the stabilizer, but it doesn't matter. Okay, look at how cool that looks. Can you see that? I'll bring it really close. So fun. All right, so I'll do one more side because if I don't do it right now, they won't match up. And seriously, when you're doing this, just don't even take a break in between both your pockets, or you'll think, wait, did I have that lined up there on my foot, or where did I have that lined up? Ask me how I know that. All right, we're getting there. And I have a few more beige colors that I might utilize with this. So there's like a few muted colors on these jeans. I didn't want the pockets to stick out too much, but I like to have beautiful stitching. All right, what do you think? Cool, right? And I have other chalk marks that I can use, but I'll do a few more rows going this way, and then I have my curved rows going here, which quite often I'll use the triple stitch, maybe a zigzag, and sometimes just a single stitch looks great on that too. But just making sure you can see that. I'll quit moving so you don't get seasick. All right. So I will be right there. I'm grabbing what you have to have for next week to get ready. Okay, what did you think? Really cool, isn't it? That's like my favorite part of jeans. I love that stitch with the muted color. So I have quite a few of those beige colors over there, and I'm just gonna kind of mix them up a little bit. So I've got like 3 tints of beige. So they'll all look cool together, but not too overbearing. I know. Okay, so for next week, this is the deal. So if you missed the newsletter, go sign up for my newsletter, send me an email. I will drop the newsletter into Angela Wolf Patterns group because there's a lot going on in March. There's 3 virtual classes. This Friday is Serging 102. Next Friday is Serging 103, but it's really cover stitch. We're going to teach you how to use your cover stitch machine. And there will even be a bonus lesson in there for those that prefer or that have the double cover stitch. I'm going to show you how to do that too. So that's going to be a really great class. That's next Friday. There's an Embroidery 102, learn how to embroider on little stitches. And Cindy actually gave her entire recipe digitized that you guys can have in there too. So 3 virtual classes coming up, a free sew along. So grab your Rachel twin set pattern. And if you don't have it, it comes in paper or digital. This is the booklet. I've got plenty in stock, and I'll be shipping immediately, and I'll sign them for you. PDF, if you have that, that's easy too. You're going to need some knit fabric. Next week, we're going to work on the pattern, cutting the fabric out. So you're going to need a knit. If you want any of those new knits that are coming, that'll be here today or tomorrow, they're all on the website, and they were in the newsletter too. The coral, the yellow, and the green. Beautiful. Let's see what else. I also included the Fashion Sewing Club schedule in there because we are going to pattern hack. Actually, we're pattern hacking the Delilah. Lorraine had asked me last week, what pattern are we going to use for our fun project for this week on the Fashion Sewing Club? I was thinking of using the Ruche T, but it's a raglan. So we're going to use the Delilah. And we're going to cut it up, make a cool new pattern with lace. So that's a busy, busy month of March. And of course, I'm always hanging out with you guys every week. All right, I'm just peeking. I have something red stuck in my hair. Oh, I do. It's like a sticker. Is it like a kiss? It's a sticker from the pattern. Oh, Oh, yes. I'll just leave it there and be like, what is on? What is that? It came off of here. Oh, that I'm on sale. Yep. I know, Lynn, you probably have had it for years. That was one of my first patterns. Definitely. 2-way or 4-way stretch. You could do either. You just need a 2-way though. 2-way is fine. Now, if you're going to, so you need, with this, so you need a knit fabric. 2-way stretch is fine. 4-way stretch is fine as well. But 2-way stretch, it could be even a sweater like this. This is a sweater knit. Just if you're going to have a really loose weave sweater, similar to that white one or that cream one I've been working on the table, you'll want to get some clear elastic or twill tape. So I have some of that. You can get that a lot of places. And I have some, I don't know if it's on my website or not, but if you order fabric and you need some clear elastic, just leave me a note. You're welcome. I love that. She's on sale. So is there anything else that you could think of that I forgot for the day? Sandra, you don't have a cover stitch. So by the way, somebody asked me, is cover stitch the same thing as a serger? No and yes. No, meaning cover stitch is different. It does that nice hem that finishes here. It can do a chain stitch. It can do, some of them can do a double cover stitch. So, but some of you have a serger and a cover stitch combo machine. So that's where the confusion comes in. The serger is what we've been teaching last week or 2 weeks ago, Serger 101, Serger 102 is this Friday, which is just a serger. The cover stitch does a whole different stitch. So if you have a combo machine, then great. If you have just a cover stitch alone machine, great. And these classes will be for replay too. So if you end up getting one of those machines later down the line, you'll be able to do that. I love that. My new hair accessory. I should have made it more like a barrette. All right, guys. Well, this was a lot of fun. So tomorrow's show, oh, I'm so glad you love that. How do we order your patterns? So Dolly, you go here to angelawolf.com and click on shop. And you'll see all the patterns, the fabric. And if you got the newsletter today, it was in there too. You can also email me from there. And I think I have my website right here. I'll be sharing photos as we do this as well. What machine you used? Robin, are you talking about the machine I just used for I was just using? That was the Luminaire, the Brother Luminaire. Full disclosure, I'm a Brother brand ambassador too. Thanks, Ivy. Do you have the next embroidery class posted? I do, yeah. So if you just go to Angela Wolf, click on classes, and you should, if you scroll down to my whole schedule, you'll see Embroidery 102. Thank you, Susan. Oh, thanks, Canis. All right, any more questions? Do I have a link for the newsletter? Go to Angela Wolf Patterns Sewing Group, and I'll post it in there right when we're done with our live show today. How's that? Yep, Tammy, I just sent the newsletter out about an hour ago. Check your emails and check your spam too. All right, sounds good. Do you have, feel free, I'll hang on for a minute if you guys have more questions for me. Do you have a Brother sewing machine to do the classes? Do you have, no, oh, do you have to have, I'm sorry, Caroline. No, you can use any. So for the serger, you can have any basic serger, and for the cover stitch, you can have any basic cover stitch. If you have the double cover stitch, there will be a bonus lesson, but that's just a bonus because I know not all of you have that. But those that do, some are like, I can't figure out how to do this double cover stitch. So any cover stitch, any serger, and embroidery, you can have any embroidery machine. For Embroidery 101, you can have any embroidery machine with a 4x4 hoop, any. With Embroidery 102, where we're going to teach how to embroider small letters, it's going to be on, for example, a thin piece of linen or more like a kitchen towel, that type of thing. And Cindy actually has her recipe all digitized for any machine, and she will be giving that in the class as well. So for that, if you want to use her design for that one, you have to have a 5x7 hoop. But if you don't want to use her design and you want to piece together your own, a 4x4 hoop is fine. And it could be any machine. Okay. And there is a discount available for all the classes. And Fashion Sewing Club, you all know the plan. All of your new discounts are in there too. And there's a new one from Fabric Mart. And Fabric Mart and Laserby. So thanks, guys, for adding more to the Fashion Sewing Club. Oh, Karen, you made the cutest one recently. Anything else? Am I missing? Is there a charge for the serger classes? Yeah, Terry, there is. And there's a discount code. They're like $29, and then there's a 10% off in the newsletter. And you can watch them. It's virtual where you can join live. The only bonus of joining live is you can ask questions. But they're basically an online class. They're virtual and then online. So you can watch them anytime. And you'll want to bring your serger manual with you because we don't cover like threading in the first one. I gave you a video that's free that you can do. That's on YouTube. But you want to use your manual for that. Everything I'm showing you from this point forward, you can use your serger, but your settings might be just a smidge different or your foot might look different. This Friday, we're going to be using, look for your blind hem foot. Okay, that's what we're going to be using this Friday. And we're going to be doing a lot of stitches with that blind hem. Did you know you can actually hem a pair of pants? Cut, sew, and hem all in one step on your serger? You sure can. The rolled hem, that's always a beautiful one. And that's what I use on, well, I didn't here. I used the cover stitch on here, but I used this on the edge. This is actually a narrow overlock stitch. So I'll show you the difference between those, how to go all the way around and finish off. What happens if you're doing a rolled hem and it falls off and you got to fix it, all of that. Is there a discount on patterns when it's your birthday month? Well, there's a discount on patterns right now, and it's not even my birthday. I think the discount code is March 15th. Did anyone, let's see. Hold on, I'll let you know what it is. It's in my newsletter right here. March. Okay, there's a discount code for the virtual classes, okay? So that's all in the newsletter too. So that's a different discount code. The discount code for the patterns is right here, March 15th, all capital letters, MARCH15. I think I can, maybe I can share that right from here. Yeah, here you go. I'll share my page. Then you'll see what I'm talking about. Here you go. Anybody that missed this, and I can leave a link to this as well. So this is the newsletter, the Rachel Twin Set, begins March 10th. That's next week. So this is what your newsletter should have looked like, right? There's the new virtual class, Serging 102. And there's links to all of these. And then here's links to the next 3 virtual classes. And there's the coupon code for those. Capital letters, SERGE10, SERGE10. And then here's coupons for all the patterns. These are the new fabrics coming in. March 15th is the coupon code for that. And that expires next Thursday. I made it next Thursday in case for those that joined our sew along later. And then down here's a live show schedule for next week. Tomorrow, I have on Lewis, by the way, Lewis Carney. He always has great information. And this is the Fashion Sewing Club schedule. This is the top we're making in the Fashion Sewing Club this month. Thanks to Janice. This is going to be so much fun. So this week in Fashion Sewing Club, we're actually finishing up this top. I was going to sew it live and tape it, but I'm just going to sew it live with you, and that's tomorrow. So that's that schedule. I think that's everything. And then there's the private Facebook group. So you can't miss it. And I will copy that link. Here you go. And I'll put it in the comments for those that didn't get it. There you go. It's in there now, I think. Oh, thanks, Kim. All right, let's see. I see what, Melody, thank you for your text. I got it covered. Oh, good luck, Joanna. So Diane, did you get the link? I just posted it. Your video times on Brother page is in Eastern time. Yeah, Mary, it is. And today I was a few minutes late, so it was like more like 1:40 Eastern Standard Time. Discount code for embroidery class, please. Okay, let me look. It is, so Embroidery 101 is a different discount code. Embroidery 102 is this. Here, I'll just bring it up on the screen. You can just get the newsletter too, though, by the way. Let me just, okay, so Embroidery 102, Serging 102, and Serging 103. Looks like I misspelled that. I put a 102. Serger 102, 103, this is your Serge 10. There you go. That is for the virtual classes. And you can get to those virtual classes right here. Those of you that already know where all this stuff is, it has been a lot of fun hanging out with you today. But I'll stay on for those that are newbies that have questions for me. I sure don't mind at all. Okay, here's the link for all of the virtual classes. I'll post that in the comments. And then you can click there if you want. And this is what the virtual, when you go to the virtual classes, and you can save this web page too. This is my page. It's a different website because it's where you can pay for the class, join the class, and then I take that class and move it to the Angela Wolf Academy so you can watch it later. So it's a little bit of a process, but once you do one time, you're going to have it golden. So this is where you'll see upcoming events, 102, 103, Embroidery 102. These are all classes that you can click on and join right there. And what happens is, and then here's some past events. You can click on those as well. What happens, though, is that by using this platform, you will automatically get an email when you sign up. If you don't get an email when you sign up, it means it didn't go through for some reason. You can always email me. And then also you'll get an email 10 minutes or 15 minutes before the class goes live to remind you. And then you can watch the replay in there anytime, or you can watch it in the Academy because I add you to that as well. So there's a lot of places that you can't miss it. And plus, you can always email me if you get stuck. So that is the discount code for that. And then the discount code for the patterns is March 15, capital letters. March 15. You got it all? All right, let me make sure I'm not missing anyone else. Bye, Glenda. Great to see you. Joanna, if I order the twin set, will I have it by the time of the class? Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. If you order it, the class, it's the free class. It's next Wednesday, and next Wednesday we start cutting. So if you order by Friday, unless you live in Alaska or something, or Canada, you should have. And also, Joanna, if you order the paper version, you can have the PDF version for free as long as you leave a note in your order and I can add it for you. So you'll be able to get the directions right away, which you can read on your tablet and make sure you get the right amount of fabric and stuff like that. And what I'll do is I'll open a chat up in Angela Wolf Patterns group so you guys can do this. So this is not just for Fashion Sewing Club. This is for everyone. Plus, some of your outfits have been looking fantastic. So I thought this would be great. Oh, thanks, Arnell. Thanks, Melody, for the email, by the way. Did I miss the embroidery class discount? Caroline, I just posted it. And you can email me too. So if you want an embroidery for Embroidery 101, email me. Oh gosh, Joanne, you'll probably get it. If you ordered today, you'd get it by, the mail comes tomorrow. The mail's already picked up today, but it'll go out tomorrow. You'd have it by Friday, Monday at the latest. Thanks, Caroline. Or Carolyn. All right, any other questions for me? Embroidery 102. So Carolyn, you want Embroidery 102 discount. That is Surge. Here you go. Surge 10. That's it. And that's a discount code to all 3 of the upcoming virtual classes. I thought I'd make it easy for you, for everyone, instead of having a different one, because I know some of you like taking each one of those. Anybody else? Oh, thanks, Kim. And did you notice, by the way, Fashion Sewing Club, I put a whole new link for March so you couldn't miss it. And I've actually combined all the discounts into one long page, saving you time. Efficiency. Well, this has been a lot of fun. So now I have to go find fabric for that crazy sweater. Oh my gosh, guess what? I'm looking over there and that sweater, oh, no worries, Caroline. That sweater matches those jeans I'm working on. Check this out. You got to see this. You won't believe it. So here's my jeans, the ones I'm fixing, and I have the sweater laying right here. Like, that is a perfect combination. This gray and this looks awesome together. So now I have to, this is really going to make me think. The grays and the silvers on this look fantastic. Maybe I'll just leave it a vest, for heaven's sakes. It could be like it could be like a vest and I'll just put a little cuff on with no sleeves. It'll be like, how is that cuff staying on your arm? Maybe that's what I'll do. I don't know. You never know what might happen by tomorrow. What is the name of the jean pattern you were fixing zippers in today, Mary? So it's a new pattern I'm working on. It's going to be a skinny jean. A little higher waisted. It's not like jeggings where it's skin tight. It's a skinny jean, higher waisted and flat pockets in the back. A thinner waistband than my last pair of jeans, my boot cut, but it's still angled at the top. So it's higher in the waist and lower in the front. This is like my third pair that I've made. I'm like perfecting the fit. If I wasn't such a perfectionist, this would have been out a while ago, but you know, I got to make sure it's good before it goes. Hey, Karen. Yeah, and you know, Karen, 101 is still available. So you can still take 101. It's over on the Angela Wolf Academy site. And there's a discount in the Fashion Sewing Club, or you can email me and I can get you a discount to that too. So you can still watch Embroidery 101 if you missed it. Same with Serging 101. Sizing for the pattern. So this pattern comes in size 0 all the way to 36W. And let me just check here. I can show you next week how to do a full bust adjustment on that tank top. You probably won't need it on the jacket because it's pretty full anyways. If you need that, let me just see if it's in here. This is one of my earlier books, and I think it's on the separate sheet for the sizing. Let me check. No, here it is. All right, so if you have a bust size from size, these are exact body measurements, by the way. If your bust is anywhere from 30 inches to 39.25, and your waist is 27 to 36 inches. Now, of course, you can adjust your pattern as needed. That would be in the misses range. The plus range is it's a different cut of the pattern. So it has a different neckline, a different shoulder. If you think you're more of a plus size shaping, this is extra, extra large to 5X. And this is a bust from 41.5 to 59.5 and a waist from 38 to 56. So there's misses or plus. And then if you order the digital version, you get both sizes. And if you're in between sizes, if you email me with your order, I can include both sizes for just a minimal fee more. The same booklets for both sizing. So if you need both sizes, you just message me. And somebody messaged me last week and I accidentally deleted it. So if you're on here, please email me again. I think you were going to sew for yourself and your daughter, and you needed the misses and the plus of a certain pattern, and I accidentally deleted it. So please email me back because I could not remember for the life of me who it was. Can you design a vest that's puffy? Out of that? Oh, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I probably could. That's a good idea, Karen. Do you remember buying the Brother SE600 or the SE1900? Hey, Crystal, yeah, actually, I think I gave away, which one did I give away? I think I gave one to my sister, and the other one I think I have downstairs. I've actually worked on both of those for videos for Brother. They're both great. Which one do you have? Or are you debating which one to get? They're both great machines. Karen, you're so cute. First I have leggings. Yes, I know. Well, you know, you got to try the skinny jeans on every Friday to make sure that you can still get into them. That's the whole key, remember? You have to wear jeans 1 day a week. That's it. Including me. Oh, Michelle, email me, will you, please? Again? Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad you're on here, too. All right. Elizabeth, my upper bust is in misses, but the actual bust is in women's. Makes for fun sizing issues. So if it's just that your body shape falls into the misses and you just have a full bust, you do a full bust adjustment on the pattern. And I'll show that very easily next week. So if the rest of your body is a misses and you just were blessed with a little bit more here, that's what we call a full bust adjustment. So it's no problem. Oh, hey, Helen. Hey, Crystal, if you go to my website, are you in the Angela Wolf Patterns group, by the way? Because you could leave a note there or go on my website and email me. And maybe I could help you out, pick which one you want or give you some ideas. They're both great machines, but I don't know all the specs of them off the top of my head. So if you email me or go to my website, that's where you go to email me. Just click on contact me. Or you can reply to that email I sent earlier today or message me on Facebook. I'll look up the specs for both of those machines and let you know. Susan, you guys are so cute. Oh, that's a great machine too, Joanna. And that actually has a really good quality stitch. It has that nice long J foot. So, okay, Crystal, go to my website, angelawolf.com, and send me a message. Or when we hang up here, just message me on Facebook and I'll help you out. And thanks for coming to the show today too. Mary, thinking of buying Joe's body form. Any advice on what to include? Removable arm, leg, or sleeve cap? So, Mary, I have, well, are you buying the full form or the half form? And if you tell Joe what you like to do, what you wear quite often, he'll probably walk you through what to order. But the removable sleeve caps are probably a definitely yes. Definite yes. Because what it does is you can take those off, get your top on and off easily. If you're going to go with the full form for pants and everything, the removable leg is nice because if you're going to do anything with leggings or skinny jeans or anything like that, it's just easier to get them on. Not mandatory, but easier. Now, if you don't plan on doing pants or anything like that, and you're just going to do maybe dresses and tops, I would not go for the full body form. I would instead go for the half body because you can get them on and off easier. Hey, you're welcome. Mary, full. So Mary, I would then, if you're going to do the full and you're going to do pants, I would do the removable leg. You won't use it a lot but when you're putting things on, it just makes it easier. And the removable sleeve caps. I don't necessarily use my sleeves that often, but that's because I'm always making tank tops. Even when I make jackets, I just try them on myself. So if you're going to do two, I would do the removable caps and the removable leg. You are welcome. And, feel free to ask in the Fashion Sewing Club too, or, in the Angela Patterns group. Melody says, get it all. The sleeve caps are nice. Very nice. All right, I'm way over time, but okay, what's your Joanna? I'm torn. Oh, the VM 5200, that's a good one too. So if you want to have my design center, if you're going to do embroidery, I'm telling you, my design center is so nice. I'm actually going to have a few mini classes for those coming up in May, specific to my design center. Now that could be for any of my design center, it could be on the Dream Machine or things like that, but that's very specific. if you like to embroider and you like the flexibility of being able to design anything you want to, my design center, you'll love it. Did he let you play with some of the machines in there, by the way, just so you could kind of get used to it? I would do that too. Diane, how do I re-download a pattern I ordered? Oh, hey, Diane. So if you can find your previous order, unless it was like eons ago, like a couple years ago, email me and I can find it for you. And I'll just send you what happens when you purchase a download pattern, you get a link to go to, and that's where all the files are. So if you just email me and say, hey, I ordered like in 2018, can you resend my link? I can just look up your order as long as you ordered it from my website, and then I can just resend you a link to download those. Melody, you're cracking me up. I thought, you know what I thought you said? I have to take the form off the stand and put it upside down. I was picturing this going, Melody, you have your dress form upside down, sliding those pants on. Bye, Susan. Great to see you. All right, Mary, when you say go to your website, which site do you mean? I have a few different sites bookmarked. Can we find everything at Angela Wolf? Yep. So a couple of things, Mary. If you go to angelawolf.com, that's where here. This is there are links to everything from there. That's what I've tried to do with that website. I have like 7 websites. Everything's in different places, but they have to be because they're hosted in different, like the Academy's on a different website because it's a membership site. So here you go. So if you go here, this is angelawolf.com. And if you scroll down, if you click sign in right here, that will take you to the Fashion Sewing Club right there. Takes you right to the Fashion Sewing Club. Now, I'm not logged in, so it's asking me to sign up. So you could register there. But if you're already a member, it would show up on that platform right there. Okay. If you scroll down just a little bit, this is where you can reach me on any of the social media platforms right there. And if you click on blog, that will take you to the blog where if you want to win, by the way, do you guys want to win one of those Surging 102? All you have to do is go to my blog, leave a comment, or leave a comment on Facebook from my show yesterday. But if you click on blog, that actually takes you to a different website, so it takes a second, but that's the actual blog. And this is where you'll find all of video tutorials, things like that. The first thing up is, guess what? If you'd like to win a free spot to the class, all you have to do is scroll down to the bottom and leave a comment. I just posted that one too. So this is the first thing at the top right here. Click on there and scroll down. Oh, you guys found it quickly. I just posted that this morning. All right, and then also on Angela Wolf page, just take you back. At the top, if you go to classes and events, that's where you'll find all of my classes. What I don't have up there yet, Mary, is the previous classes, but I will, so then it's easier to find. But that's where you can scroll down and find replays of all these classes. You can also find, this is my schedule, which I'm going to go through and take February off, but I've already added, I'll scroll quickly, but I've already added all of March. So you'll know where to go live. These are the links for my class in my studio. And then down here are some more links for you. So most everything is on angelawolf.com. If you want to contact me, you go right there and click about contact us. And if you want to go shopping, that's a different website, but it'll take you to the shopping page where all the new fabrics are and stuff like that. Does that make sense? Hopefully that helps. I try to make it as unconfusing as possible, but when it is on 7 different websites, it is a little tricky. Karen, you have 2 PE800s. Oh, my design center comes in the machines, Karen. It's not a subscription. All right, guys, I see you going back to work. Yeah, Melody, hope you feel better. I saw that, Lynn, and I deleted one. I think we got another one. Hey, Jeannie. Oh, Oh, congratulations and welcome to the Fashion Sewing Club. So those will be, you'll be getting a link this afternoon for the one that's tomorrow. And you should be getting a welcome email if you haven't gotten that already. Okay, awesome. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful day. It's great to see you. I know we went long, but I didn't mind answering your questions. So have a great day. Tomorrow is Lewis. And if you want to win Surging 102, be sure to go to my blog, angelawolf.com, click blog, leave a comment. Or if you're on Facebook, I left a photo there yesterday that you can comment on if you want extra tries to winning. And if I get more than 100 people that try to win a class on my blog, if there's more than 100 comments on the blog, not on Facebook, but on the blog, then I will draw 2 people. So good luck. Good luck. And, oh, I see him, Lynn. Got it. Thank you for letting me know. You guys are so good. All right, everyone. Oh, Sheila, thanks for joining the first live. That's awesome. Oh, Wanda, great to see you. And you guys have a great day, too. It's always the best part of my week. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.